但疾风剑的抽屉里却有一叠寄款存根。
或者忍唔住大。We are not naive. We are Chinese, so no to 23. And if you think it's just a few disgruntled people here out for a good day out, well, think again. I've been here for a long time, so I know the heat has been stifling, punishing even, and that was at the best of times. And you know what's more, I've seen young and old people, able and disabled people, people from almost every imaginable sector, political activists, and just plain old ordinary citizens. What we're seeing is a cross-section of today's Hong Kong society as we know it. These are the people, this is their voice, they're speaking as one. From me here in Wan Chai and Hennessy Road, back to you in the studio.
It's James Chow reporting live in Wan Chai. And scores of organizations and groups were represented.
The government says today's march is not about the loss of rights and freedoms, but the result of a legal issue being turned into a political one. Cecil Wong reports.
Are all these people really afraid of losing their rights and freedoms under the national security laws? The man responsible for drafting the legislation doesn't think so. In fact, Robert Alcock says they're taking to the streets because opponents of the laws have done a great job of politicizing a legal issue.
But of course this is politics. The opposition want to persuade the government to make more and more concessions. And the way they do that is by mounting well-orchestrated campaigns, by organizing political demonstrations and so on. So this is all part of a political program.
But one of the most vocal critics of the
All of our visually impaired have no information, full information of this law, and the government haven't done anything to explain to the visually impaired person.
Many of these people have never taken to the streets before, but some of them told us today that after 6 years under Tung Chee-hwa, walking in the heat for a few hours is worth it if they can get their message across.
There was chaos at MTR stations around Victoria Park this afternoon as large numbers of people tried to get to the park to join in the march. As part of the crowd control measures, some of the MTR trains passed by the Tin Hau and Causeway Bay stations non-stop at about 3 p.m. Emily Chan has more on the situation at Tin Hau.
Huge crowds packed the MTR Tin Hau station, the stop closest to Victoria Park. People were standing shoulder to shoulder. Escalators were dangerously crowded, and this little boy even got hurt. This woman says she is scared because there are too many people, and the situation is too chaotic. This man says the MTR was not prepared for the large numbers of people, and should have made better plans to regulate human traffic. Some people were shouting down with the DAB. That's the Democratic Alliance for the Betterment of Hong Kong, which supports Article 23 legislation.